has become more and more popular again in the world of design. There's a store in San Luis that's a dress store that has birch trees in their store. A lot of the upscale ads that I've seen they will show branches like this, but in a row as a backdrop for, I think, jewels and one for a carpet company. And so they become very fashionable again. Now, I've always loved them. In fact, these came, you're able to hear me still good. Is this working okay? One day a few months ago, my neighbor tree was being cut down. Not down, but trimmed. And I was on my way to work, and I ran over and I said, dude, can I have those? He goes, sure, take them. So I put them in my driveway, we took them to the shop, I cut them, and right after that, it's really interesting how things transpire. A local person passed away that was about my age, really well known. And he was a hunter and rancher and all this stuff, so they wanted a picture, you know, and put the sympathy stand around the picture. Well, I had these logs that I could connect onto that, screw them on, and make really an awesome thing around it. And it was because I looked at that, brought them, had them, could do it. And it's so wonderful to be able to do that. To give really good value to somebody, have it be what they want, and have me make some money too. I mean, I'm not embarrassed about that. That's amazing. But the most part of it is the value to be able to give to somebody and have them be so happy about it. That's what I love. And so these are part of that. That's what I was getting. And these are just copper plates. Now you can, if you wanted to make something like this, totally easy. You just use some glue and screw it in. It's not that easy to work with it, but it wouldn't be hard to have a husband put something like this together. If you wanted something in a patio, you could have this planter and have succulents, you know, done in here. That would work really well. So it wouldn't have, you don't want something you have to take care of that much. But it just works really well. So what I did was I had them there. I went, oh, I want to do something neat. These were there. I cut them. It took me a couple times to cut them. Not really that good with tools. Someday I'll be better. I'd love to have somebody I could just say, could you make that for me? That won't happen. So I brought a variety of things. I bought Birch Paradise because we had them, and I just think they're beautiful. And they're not everybody's style, and I realize that. There's something very architectural about them. And when you look at the individual blooms, now I'm doing this because it helps to start to get them open. Sometimes they don't open that well by themselves. But when you really look at the bloom, I mean, oh my God, you know, it's blue, it's this shape, it's just really cool. Yeah. And I personally am more of an architectural designer. I don't do round things very well. They usually have to be off-centered, and if we have to do something that's really round, I have to hand it off to somebody else. And that's what you realize in this industry, is that we all have our fortes. And once you let go of that and go, I can't do everything, you are so much better off. This is Australian flax, where you see everywhere. We all have it in our yards probably. I'm just putting it right in there so that we can give a little bit more movement to everything. I'm going to make a mess, so just how it is.
It's beautiful already.
And a lot of times I'll use wired wood picks. I just want to show you a few of the tools. This one guy's that's broken. To tie onto it, then the wood will swell inside of it, inside the floral foam. So it keeps it in pretty good shape. But this really, the flowiness is really cool. I think that's what I like the most about these types of things. So this could be used for, I would use it just to send to a client. It could be used for a wedding kind of thing, an opening. The thing I do like about being able to do this is we have a chance with our business to touch people's lives every day. I mean, every arrangement that goes out is going from us to somebody, and we get to show our wares. I mean, how often does that happen? And I think a lot of shops kind of forget that. They get in the humdrum of it all, because you got to get flowers in, you've got to clean them, you've got to make them up, you've got to sell them, you've got to deliver them, and you've got to get the money for them. So we get a little bit tired at times. Well, cranky, really. That's just what it is. A lot of my contemporaries will bitch and moan about things, and it's like, you know, it is what it is. But the best thing you can do is realize that you're giving value to that person, and you're making a customer later on. You know, that one order isn't the only order. It's the next one, the next one, the next one. And that's the whole key to it. So sometimes I give more value at different times, and it's made up the next time, hopefully. And it keeps going around that way. Yes, you have to have certain profit margins, and you know, you have to do that. But I think that's really important. And that's one reason why I want to go on the road. One of the things I want to do is go to flower shops, more like smaller shops, and show them how to display. A lot of people have things in their back rooms, like artificial flowers, that they think they need to keep back there, and they don't. They need to be out in the front. They need to show people that what they can do with them, how to make money from them. I mean, I've been in some shops, and I'm not trying to put them down, I'm just shocked at all the merchandise they just have back here. And it's like, get it out here. Let's move it. Let's work with it. Let's have a good time. And as you know, this is seafoam status that we've got everywhere, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful thing to work with. And this is euphorbia. So this is going to be, see, this ends up being, and I hadn't thought about it before, a architectural piece on its own. But I've got to make sure, and I've got to cut around it because it's kind of a woody stem, and it won't absorb water very much if I don't do that. So I'm going to get off kind of the dead leaves, and you know, now. Put it right there. It's not going to be able to be seen as much, but it still has a nice form. Oh, these are proteas. And these you can grow locally too. They're very slow growing. And a lot of them are grown in Gaviota, I think it is in Santa Barbara, the growers there is, or Southern California. But you probably see the ones that are pink, like pink mink, and they have, they're longer with a little bit of black on them.
What are they called?
But they last so much. Pardon?
What are they called?
This is an incurve protea. Incurve is the best way. There's different varieties of them. Orange is usually predominant. There's a lighter green. And now they've developed more and more. But excuse me, love to use them because they take up space and they last like 2 weeks. So they can give a nice tropical feel.
And you can dry them?
Yes, you can dry them. I'll dry them in the container. They'll dry it.
That flower comes from South Africa?
Yes, originally. Very good. They're from South Africa originally.
Perfect.
Very good.
Thank you.